Welcome back to the Young Crumbs podcast. My name is Michael.
My name's Sean.
How are you this fine week, Sean?
Rotate your microphone and maybe bend it that way a little bit.
What do you mean? It's fine.
Don't you bend it that way?
No, that's all right. That's
Okay.
all right.
We've got a stack of episodes here, Michael.
A stack.
A full stack. 64, mate.
Like it.
You like
I
that?
like it. Yeah, a bit of Minecraft humor.
Yeah.
Here all. I tell you what,
Anyways.
if this is the first week someone's listening, we've already lost them.
hey, come on now. Yeah, I'm good. How was your week, Michael?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty chill. Yeah, I'm just chilling. Just
Cool.
chilling. Yeah, went out on the weekend, had a Bucks party. That was good fun. Won't go into too many details because, people were there that I know. So.
Keep your secrets.
Yeah,
Yeah, there were people there that you know.
Well, that they
Really?
know. Well, no. They know me.
Oh,
Yeah,
understandable.
yeah.
I'd hope so.
No, it was a great time.
Yeah.
Although I have been watching The Office lately.
Yeah.
So last week we talked about it. I had just gotten to the second season, basically,
the start of it, wasn't it?
and I was talking about the difference between the first and second seasons. Like the you can obviously tell it kind of got picked up and the budget got increased and it started telling a bit more of an American story. Like it was very cold, like dry British humor
Yeah.
in the first one, even though they were American.
Yeah.
And then now that they're kind of doing their own thing, it's a lot faster. But
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it.
good, eh?
It is very fun.
It's a funny show.
It's a
isn't
little
it?
less uncomfortable than the first season I
yeah.
found,
Yeah.
but they're just doing so much more. And I like that a lot of other characters are getting more and more play.
Yeah.
Like you're getting to know like Angela and Kevin and like
They're all funny.
even
Like,
the
they're
guy,
all-
even the guys down in the office,
Yeah.
down in the warehouse,
The
and
warehouse.
stuff. You just think,
Daryl.
yeah, they all have their own. None of them are really funny. Like no, there's no standouts, but they're all unique.
They're all unique.
And I think
Yeah.
that's yeah.
There's no real like background people. They're all just like their unique
Yeah,
character.
no.
And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I know such and such. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be super strange. Like imagine you're an actor and you turn up to an acting gig and they're like, "Oh, we're doing the American Office." And it's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, sweet, cool." And your character gets no play in the
Yeah.
first season except for a few lines and just sitting in the background.
Yeah. And then the next
What an
season-
easy job. And then now that your character has a bit more play, I find it really funny that Dwight and Angela are hooking up.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. It's
But
funny.
the whole I find
And they're so weird too.
Yeah,
Like, it's like
they're-
this
yeah,
weird
they're
power
both so
dynamic,
strange.
which makes it so funny.
I think Jim and Pam, I wasn't expecting it to move so quickly.
What happens at the end of season 2 again?
So Pam, they kiss.
They
so end of
kiss,
season
yeah.
2, last episode, they kiss.
Yeah.
And then Jim's organized to take leave. So he's moving to a different office.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, I'm still doing the wedding. And then cuts the first episode of third season. And it's like,
So you've seen the first episode?
And so the wedding's cancelled. She
Yeah.
never went through with it. Jim's still elsewhere, and he's struggling to fit in with his new
with his new work
with his
friends.
new work friends. And he he sticks the calculator in the Jello.
Yeah, yeah.
And
He's like, oh, poor man. Joe.
Ed Helms' character
Yeah.
just freaks out and kicks the bin, and Jim's
Yeah.
like, "Oh
And
shit!"
Jim's like,
this
oh
is-
god, this is
no
not
longer
the same
funny.
thing. I love it because it goes like, who put my calculator in Jello? And
Yeah.
like it zooms in, the camera zooms in on him, and he's smiling. He's like, oh yeah, this is a classic. And then he just freaks out, and he's like, oh,
I don't know her name yet, but I know they end up dating. I'm pretty sure, which is the
One of the girls there.
the tanned girl. But even she's like, Jim keeps looking at the camera and pulling this weird face. It's like the perfect Jim face.
yeah. It's perfect.
It's
funny.
it's a really good show.
Yeah.
If anyone hasn't watched it, I know I just spoiled some of the first and second season, but really fun.
There's plenty to go.
Yeah, there's heaps to go.
Yeah, there's so much. There's so much fun stuff
Yeah.
that happens. But yeah, the Jim and Pam thing, like it happens quickly.
Yeah, well, so
But,
I expected
like-
it to be like this real slow burn
It
of like
does.
4 seasons in.
It's still slow though.
Yeah,
You
it's
wait.
still slow.
You
Okay,
wait.
because I
It takes
expected
its
them to
time.
not like.
Just have
Yeah,
that
I
weird
kind. Yeah, I
awkwardness for a
kind of.
while.
I kind of thought she was going to fully get married and then be unhappily married. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like it took, even though I knew what would end up happening. I didn't think it was going to happen this quick, and it makes me excited to see.
When it does happen, it's really
yeah,
cute.
yeah. Well,
It's
it
one of my
makes,
favorite episodes
Yeah,
when
okay.
it all sort of comes together.
well, it makes me excited to see
Not to spoil.
where they're going to continue going with it.
Yeah.
Because what I did expect happened so far, so I'm like, cool.
Doesn't Michael go on a vacation with someone? Or
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet.
I don't want to spoil it.
I know
but it's fine.
Jim was planning a vacation, but he just ended up moving
Yeah.
whatever.
Anyways, it's a great show. I've always
it's
recommended
a
it.
good show. Good show. I
Mhm,
recommend.
mhm.
What have you been up to? What have you been doing? What
Not
you,
much.
Not much.
Not much. So, all right. Let me explain this story, all right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I went to a pub crawl on the weekend with some
Yeah.
work friends. It was in Newtown. And we were at this one pub. No idea what it's called, but it was in Newtown somewhere. And they had an inclinator. So, for those who don't know what that is, it's for old people. So, obviously, you have normal stairs, but they also have like a seat that's like on I don't know, some sort of track that slowly like moves down the stairs for like disabled and like
Yeah.
old people that they can like hop on and stuff. But they were transporting kegs up and down on the thing. And I'm like, so many questions just came into my head. So I was talking to a mate and I'm like, how much money do they spend on that? Just to save them from lifting the keg up and down some stairs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, kegs are heavy.
Kegs are heavy.
A full keg is, I think it's close to 100 kilos.
But like an inclinator getting installed would be like thousands of dollars. But that's why I thought maybe they bought the place as a house and it already had it there. And then they were like, oh, well, we may as well use it as a transport.
I feel like you'd almost... Is it because they're slow?
They're very
not,
slow.
They're not roller coasters.
No.
They're made for old people.
Well, that's what I was going to say on the next. Like, when there's obviously a max weight and you're at the very top, does it snap and it's like a roller coaster? It goes like down.
If there's a flat in the stairs
Yeah, it goes
halfway, does it bounce up and down and
Yeah,
kick you
yeah,
off?
like,
one of
whoa,
those,
like that.
You know those like potato sack slides at
that's sort of
at a spring fair.
Yeah, they sort of go up and
you
down.
you kind of think you're gonna get air, but you don't quite.
Yeah.
I'm imagining a 90-year-old woman
Yeah, just
flying down this thing.
That's
See,
what I was thinking. I'm like,
it's one of those things where I feel like I'd put a keg on it, and then it would move so slowly that I'd almost think
oh, screw it.
I
I'll
could
just carry
have
myself.
just walked it.
Yeah, I know.
It's
That's
almost,
what I mean.
It's almost more effort to put it on the inclinator.
Exactly right. You're just like, how much money are you saving? But then that's what made me think maybe they bought like the bar as like a house and it was already sort of installed, so I didn't have to worry. But like, yeah, like just seemed really unnecessary. But it was just funny because I was walking up the stairs and this keg was passing me on this chair, and I was like, oh, okay.
Wait,
it was
slow down.
funny.
I want to see how they get them down. Do
Yeah.
they just tumble them down?
Tumble them down.
Do you think there's a slide, like a fireman's pole
See,
type
well, they
thing?
could have just put it. Yeah, they could have just done that instead of an inclinator.
How fun would it be if a bar just had like a
fireman pole
yeah
that to go up and down levels.
You just quickly hook in your harness or something. You just quickly get a harness, just jump off, fireman pole down there.
That's
and
an
take it off.
awful idea, but it sounds great. Someone's
Yeah,
gonna get hurt
look.
really badly.
Just put a foam pit somewhere off the second
Yeah,
story and
come
let
on.
people jump off.
Like a potato sack slide down the stairs.
Exactly.
Come on.
Why isn't there more theme parks mixed with alcohol? I don't see anything that could go wrong.
I don't see anything going wrong there. Come on, guys. Let's be serious about this.
Do you ever Luna Park
Hmm.
out like would you call it it's a theme park, right? Yeah.
It is, but it's not very big.
It's like a
I haven't been there in years.
it's a little bit like Santa Monica Pier.
Yeah, it's just a
It's
couple of
not,
rides.
you wouldn't say it's a theme park, but it's like a couple of rides, and you know the idea is there. It's kind of
Yeah.
like there's
Look,
a
they tried their best.
there's a haunted house or something
Yeah.
like that. But it's like Sydney's version of that. I'm really only saying that for Catherine. Think of Santa Monica Pier, Catherine.
Yeah.
Actually, she might have seen it if she came to Australia.
I don't know.
It's got the big face, big
I
creepy
honestly
face.
forget that it's even there sometimes. I haven't been there in years.
I haven't been there since primary school, I think.
Yeah.
There's nothing notable there. No one in Australia thinks,
Oh, God.
let's go to Luna
I've always
Park.
wanted to go to Luna Park.
I'm pretty sure it's mostly just tourists,
Yeah.
and the only reason they would ever go there is just because it's famous. It's like a famous part of Sydney
Like
history.
it's sort of like a convenient
it's
place.
It's not good.
It's like, you're walking around the city. Oh, there's like a little place down there with like a Ferris wheel. Oh, all right, I guess we'll go
It's
see
like,
it.
what's that face? It's like, that's Luna Park.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty cool, right?
I wouldn't think to take a tourist there.
No.
No.
I do like
There's plenty
I
of
just
better
forget
places
that it's there.
You do forget it's there.
Sydney's not really known for its theme parks.
No.
It's
You'd go to the Gold Coast for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You go to SeaWorld and Movie World. But anyways, what were you saying?
I don't even remember.
You don't remember?
How did we get
There's
onto
something
theme
about Luna
parks?
Park.
We're talking about theme parks and alcohol.
Yes.
But Do they? I don't think they serve
Nah,
alcohol
definitely
at
not.
Luna Park.
I don't think they do. No.
Mm,
But nothing's stopping you being drunk before you get there.
exactly.
There's no blood alcohol tests before.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
Come on, guys. Luna Park's boring. Now we can spice it up with something else.
Hey, it's me, Luna Park marketing team. Do you have any ideas to bring people back to the old?
The park's
old-
dying, guys.
Does
What?
the face have a name? Surely the face has
I
a
don't know.
name. Luna.
Yeah, Luna.
Luna? Wasn't that the moon?
Doofus.
That was the moon in the big bear in the big blue house.
Yeah, Luna.
Luna.
You know what? The face sort of looks like you a bit.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I see the resemblance. Big rosy cheeks. I see.
Big rosy cheeks. Yeah,
And
no, I haven't
massive
been there in
teeth.
years. But I do agree that alcohol can help. Help spice it up a bit.
Maybe.
You know?
I don't know.
Just makes those roller coasters.
Does anyone love Luna Park?
But then it'll
maybe
just
let
make
us
you more
know.
sick, though. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
Does anyone love Luna Park?
I think theme parks and places like Luna Park got ruined when too many people hurt themselves
Hmm.
and they started enforcing rules.
That's so annoying.
Like you ever see you know the one where it sticks you to the wall.
Yeah, and the floor,
it's like
the
a
floor
big-
drops out.
It's like a barrel
Yeah.
and it spins you so fast that you stick to the wall
Yeah.
and the floor drops out and you're like against the wall.
Yeah.
In the photos when you're lining up to go into this thing,
Hmm.
there's people having a laugh with their hair they're upside down on the wall,
Hmm.
their hats there, they're kind of doing wacky poses or pushing themselves out from the wall, and
Hmm.
it seems like all good fun.
Yeah.
But then when you get in there, you're like, oh, I can't wait to get upside down, and they're like, no, you can't do that. They're going to stop the ride and kick you out as soon as you start having fun. And it's probably because someone was upside down and
Some
stopped.
drunk idiot
It
was
stopped.
like, I'm going to go do this upside down.
The ride obviously stopped, and they're still upside down, and they
And
just
they've, like, snapped their
smacked
neck.
their head.
Yeah.
But I think things started getting ruined.
I haven't been there
when
in
people
ages.
started. We started idiot proofing things,
Yeah.
and they're significantly less fun now because of them.
That's just called survival of the fittest. You know what I mean?
If anything, we're keeping the weak alive.
Yeah.
Let the silly ones make their mistakes.
And die.
This is why I don't believe in school zones.
If your kid's stupid enough to walk across the road,
Exactly.
then maybe it's just not worth it, you know? Maybe
Has
it's not
anyone
worth our
has
time.
anyone been hit by a car on the road and been surprised that there's a car?
No.
No, because it's a road.
Yeah, it's
You don't walk on roads, you walk on paths.
That's how it works, right?
So,
Yeah.
unless it's, say, a red light and you're crossing,
And then a car comes
and
out.
then a car comes
Car.
because they've run a red light,
Mm.
that's on the driver, fine. You
Yeah.
know, I'm so sorry your child's been hit,
Yeah.
and we're going to put this on the driver.
Mm.
But imagine being a driver,
Mm.
and a kid jumps out in front of the car, and it's like, there's nothing I could do. I'm living with that guilt, when really, whose fault is it?
Yourself.
No, the kid. Because they're the one that crossed the road without looking.
Sorry, your kid's dead, but it's
I
their
don't know.
fault.
I once got off my bus on the way home, right?
Mm.
And there was a child ran. Where did they run? They got off the bus
Yeah.
and ran to the back of the bus.
Yeah.
So Australians drive on the left side of the road,
Mm-hmm.
and they ran out onto the road
Yeah.
from behind the bus.
Yeah.
No. I changed my mind. I changed my story.
It was
Not
in
my
front
mind.
of the bus, wasn't
This
it?
did happen. It was in front of the bus because cars are coming up beside the bus, flying at like 40 k's an hour. Kid, without looking,
Just
runs right in front. I kid you not, it was centimeters away from them. Like they ran out. The car didn't slow down at all. He mustn't have been paying attention, which is a bit silly when there's a bus nearby because kids get off buses.
But
But that being said, are you
Kid's
surprised
dumb.
there's a kids on the road
Kid's
or there's a
stupid.
car on the road? What's more surprising?
what's more surprising?
Kid-
A kid being on the road. Stupid head.
I'm just imagining the ambulance turns up to this tragedy and they're like, well,
Well, whose fault is this?
imagine looking at the parents and saying, did you teach your kid to look before crossing? And they're like,
Well, it was
our
stupid.
child's dead. Please,
Yeah.
now's not the time.
Yeah. It's a bit of I told you so. Really? You have to do that right
Yeah,
now?
so they're literally centimeters. And I was like, oh my God. And the bus driver got out of the car. He screamed at the kids that were already scared for their lives because the car just missed them by about centimeters.
Someone had to give him that valuable lesson.
He screamed at the kids and the parents' kids that were waiting on the other side of the road, not on the side that the bus stops at.
What?
So their kids are like, They're like year 1
Yeah.
or kindergarten.
And you
they're
couldn't bother crossing the
and they're
road.
waiting on the other side of the road, and he screamed at the parents for being so irresponsible, and he screamed at the kids for being dumb enough to not look. It just everyone got yelled at.
Everyone
and the
got
bus
yelled at
driver
by
got
those
back
bus.
on, and everyone was just like dead silent. And the parents looked mortified because they almost just saw their kid get swept up.
Yeah, sideswiped
Like,
and
Jesus
died.
Christ.
Your kid's
Crazy
dumb,
stuff.
and you guys are dumb.
Hey.
Yeah, that parent's stupid. They should have just crossed the
Yeah,
road.
it's
right?
dumb.
Come
You
on.
can't. I don't know. I wouldn't.
It's one of those rules where when you're growing up, you find out how roads work at a very young age.
Yeah. To
And
be
figure
fair,
it out.
I was about 4 once, and I scared the daylights out of my grandma because in my head, I thought this is a crossing, which means cars
Have to stop for you.
to stop.
Mm.
And I ran out as a car was coming for some reason because I almost waited.
God, you're dumb.
I waited till the car was coming. This
Yeah.
is kid logic.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm like, the car has to stop.
Mm.
So this is completely safe. Ran out. The car didn't stop because he just didn't see me and missed me by maybe a meter. But my grandma was so scared. She started crying.
Oh
You
my
know when
god.
you're 5 years old and your grandma starts crying over you and you're like,
But mum,
How do
it's
I-
it's a crossing. They have to stop. That's how it works. Anyways, where was the bus driver?
I'm
when you
5
need
and I know cars.
him? Where's that bus driver when you need him? You know?
Yeah, he could have taught me a
he
valuable
would have
lesson.
ripped into you.
A bus
Anyways.
driver's made me cry once.
Really?
Yeah, I was drinking a Gatorade after a sports carnival, and
Yeah.
he gave me the biggest death stare in the mirror at the front of the bus,
Why?
and he goes, "Stop drinking!"
Why aren't
'Cause
you allowed to
you're
drink?
not allowed to drink on the bus. I don't know. You're not allowed food or drink on the bus.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And so he yelled at me. I was in kindergarten, dude. He yelled at me,
You had a traumatized
and then
life when you were younger.
I haven't drunk,
you okay?
drunk or eaten on a bus since. Tell you what, it stuck with me.
But you just hate bus drivers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just hate them. Wow. I can't remember anything that happened in kindergarten, and you remember that. Scarred for life.
I only remember the traumatizing
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, I remember this is about my friends, but this has happened when we were young. I wasn't there, but it's still a funny story. Two of my friends were throwing rocks at cars. So at our primary school,
Oh,
do you remember this story?
No.
No. Okay. So they were
No.
So at our primary school was next to sort of a road. Yeah, you obviously know where we went to the same primary school, but it was
Yeah,
right next to
yeah.
this road, right?
Yep.
And you could sort of throw, like it was sort of at least 3 or 4 meters away from the gate. So you could sort of like throw things onto the road.
Yep.
So they were throwing rocks at these cars. Obviously they got in trouble.
Yeah.
And one of my friends went, oh, it was also him. He was doing it as well.
And pointed to you.
No, I wasn't there, but
Oh.
another friend who wasn't throwing rocks got in trouble and also got a letter home because he was apparently throwing rocks even though he
jeez.
wasn't at all. Anyways, that's just a funny story. But
Throwing-
I wasn't there, so it was funny.
Throwing rocks is one of those things that I feel like as a parent, you'd learn that your kid was throwing rocks at cars. And you think, now look, I've never explicitly told you not to throw rocks at cars.
It's just one of those things you sort of miss, you know?
But you'd hope they'd know.
Yeah.
You know?
Every kid has had fond memories of throwing rocks. I can remember multiple times where, like, you see
I
it.
still
you see
throw
it,
rocks.
you see
Not at cars, but just if I'm
Still
on a
throw a
walk,
rock.
if I'm on a walk and I
Oh.
see a good pebble,
everyone.
I'm picking that pebble
Maybe
up and
it's just
lobbing it
guys.
as far as I
Maybe
can.
it's just dudes, but you see a rock and you're like, wow, that's pretty big. I wonder how far I can throw it. You pick it up and then you throw it. And you're like, oh, yeah, decent throw.
Honestly, give me a rock, any size, and,
I'll
a,
throw
and a
it.
flat body of water.
Oh, yeeted.
I'm making the biggest splash.
I'm
I
making the
can.
big but donk. It makes that like that splash
it's
noise.
like a
yeah.
kind of yeah.
Every guy's just gone, oh, I wonder how far I can just throw it, you know? Let's just see how far I can throw it.
It's never as far as you think.
It's just a natural instinct.
You can never throw a rock as far
No.
as you think you can.
No, you can't. It's just natural. It's a natural thing. What are you reading at? What?
I was just looking at Boeing. Well, I misspelled it. Boeing.
Booing.
Boing.
Boing.
So this is another friend from work, right?
Yeah. So they were talking about the Max 8 aircrafts that crashed a little while ago.
Right.
So I think it was like start of last year, but 2 of them crashed. Like, but which is like,
Oh.
and like a plane.
I
do you remember it?
I remember. I think news of some shares dropping.
Yeah.
Was it
because
beginning of COVID-ish?
Yeah, it was beginning of COVID. Yeah.
Okay, right.
So
So I remember, Boeing shares dropped because they obviously crashed.
yeah,
and
so it's
people
pretty
were
rare
scared.
to like. I don't think any planes crash nowadays. Really, it's very rare. So when it did happen, it was sort of a big thing.
Yeah.
So it was, and I found out why because this guy that I worked with used to work for Boeing. And
He designed them.
and he designed it. He said, "Mate, I bloody stuffed it." You know,
I better get out of here and find another job.
I was
before
doing
they
the
realise.
maths and I times it by 2 instead of 3, and then it just all went pear shaped. No, but what they did was, the cheeky bastards,
Okay.
is this was this new type of aircraft
Yep.
called the Max 8, and what they did was it was sort of a refurbish of the old one, but they sit the engine a little bit further back than where it was before,
Okay.
so it sort of shifts the weight of balance of the aircraft a little bit out.
Right.
And in order to compensate for it, they put a sensor at the front of the aircraft to sort of, figure out its, yaw and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
So it's tilt and pitch.
Yeah,
and
so
yaw.
it's sort of like in level and stuff. So when that sensor failed and put a negative reading, it would tilt the aircraft down and say it was like out of whack. So a pilot would try and pull up, but he couldn't because the aircraft would just point down and crash. So that's how two of them
Jesus.
crashed because of a failed sensor.
Were there people on board in these
Yeah,
crashes?
yeah.
Oh shit! So people
So-
died.
Yeah, full on. It was full
Yeah,
on.
right, okay.
But the reason, like, a trained aircraft pilot
Yeah.
would be able to figure it out
Yeah.
because, like, they'd be trained in how the aircraft operates. But because this was sort of a refurbish of an old one, they didn't train them on the new aircraft at all because it was sort of
Right.
similar to the old one.
Okay. Right.
So the manual was different, but they didn't. They weren't trained and in any different. So then they
Jeez.
crashed. So. Ooh, interesting, funny thing, think about that next time you're in an aircraft, Yeah.
just because the sensor fails.
Just because the sensor fails. Bad sensor.
That's
But even
terrible.
still, like, it goes off, right? And
Yeah.
you're pointing downwards. And the pilot's like, okay, something's gone wrong here. Let's
Yeah.
figure it out. And then because they're trained in the aircraft, they'll be able to figure it out. But because this is new and
they
like
couldn't figure it out.
they couldn't figure it out in time and it blew up.
Jesus. Is this public information or have you shared something?
Yeah,
like
no, it's public. It came
Okay,
out a little
right.
while ago. Yeah.
Okay. My God.
Little inside
Yeah,
goss.
I thought you were.
I'm
I
sharing
don't know.
that.
Maybe this guy signed an NDA. and
Yeah,
he was
just telling
breaking it by
everybody about
telling
it.
you.
No, because I remember hearing about why it happened a little while ago.
Okay.
But then he just sort of reminded me of it, and I was like, "Oh, okay, interesting story to say."
That's crazy.
to the people,
I found when
the masses.
part of me still thinks this, but I'm like, how are people scared of things? Like how?
Scared of flying.
Yeah, I never really get people that are scared
hate
of flying, but I feel like a bit now, like I'm a bit later in life.
A bit later in life.
I kind of have started developing irrational fears that I don't know why I'd
Yeah.
have. Like I'm not as big on, like I feel like I would throw myself off any sort of height, cliff,
Yeah.
whatever, or like I wouldn't really think much about any sort of adrenaline filled activity.
That's just called stupidity.
Yeah, well, maybe. But now that I'm like, at a ripe old age of 23,
Right, old age of 23.
I'm a seasoned man.
Yeah.
I'm getting more.
Seasoned
I'm
man.
more scared by things now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like an age thing.
I don't know. I've always
Maybe I was a bit dumb
Mm.
when people that are young are
Yeah.
dumb, but
I
I don't know
always
what it is.
had-
I'm now more scared of things. Like when
Mm.
I take off in a plane, I'm not comfortable,
No,
but
I don't really think.
But I'm
it's
not.
a
I'm not quite. I'm not
feeling.
quite on edge. I'm just like,
Oh, that's a bit weird.
that's something. Isn't it?
That's something.
Wow. Okay, we're
Yeah.
off the ground.
Yeah, it's weird,
cool.
isn't it? I had a big fear of flying for a while, but then
Right.
as I started to fly more often, it just went away.
Yeah. Okay.
The takeoff's never fun, but then as you just do it more often, it's like, oh, okay, I know this feeling, I'm familiar.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a little interesting story just to tell you guys. Next time you're flying, I'd be really scared if I had to do like skydiving or something soon. Something like that. That would really scare me.
Well, those planes are tiny.
There's no sensors on those
No
bad
sensors
boys.
on those.
Then you just got to
That's
figure
all,
it
that's
out.
all pilots.
All pilots.
error. Yeah. I'm really excited for that. That's this Thursday, by the way. So Sean got me a present last week. Sean and Lyndall. Thank you very much, by the way.
No worries.
Super excited. Going skydiving Thursday morning.
Thursday morning.
So the session starts at 10 o'clock.
Oh, cool.
So-
Get it out of the way early.
Whoa, I'm guessing there's probably an hour of safety stuff.
Yeah, and then you probably fly at like
to
11.
do. Then you fly, and they might wait for the weather to clear. So who knows?
Have you had a look
but
at the weather? Is it meant to be bad? I don't know.
I haven't looked. No, I haven't really wanted to. But
Okay. Oh,
It's well, I just don't want to I don't want to put any ideas in my head.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just like,
Yeah.
if we go, we go. Even if it's cloudy, I think it'll be still hectic.
I think, yeah. I don't know how it works. I think if it's raining, they'll probably call it off.
I'm
right?
guessing.
I don't know.
I'm guessing rain and wind is the only thing.
Yeah.
If it's cloudy, they probably wouldn't care.
Yeah,
But
and sensors.
yeah, how high do you go? Do you go above the clouds?
Yeah, isn't it 11,000 feet?
they're like Oh, well, it doesn't rain above the clouds.
No,
So it's all good.
it's all good to go.
It's all good.
You're fine.
Get struck by lightning.
Oh, we
through a
don't
thundercloud.
go above the clouds. We only go like 50 meters up. It's just a
We
quick
drop.
jump.
Oh, how scary would it be being dropped in a cloud? So
Oh,
you,
so you can't
you
see
jump out.
outside.
You can't see the bottom.
I'm pretty
It's
sure
just
you
like
jump above
It's
the
just
clouds.
a void.
It's just a void. Where are we?
Fall through
I know.
it. I haven't stopped falling.
Yeah.
It's been 7 years. I'm stuck.
I'm pretty sure you fall through the clouds there, Michael, as well.
Um,
Out of curiosity, are you excited?
super excited.
You
If
nervous?
If you fall through a cloud, do you get wet?
No.
there you go.
I don't know.
Sure,
I
sure.
don't know.
Sean the expert.
Yeah, I figured it out. All good,
Um,
mate. Are you nervous? I've been nervous as shit.
A little
that's
bit.
just me,
a
'cause
little
I
bit.
don't like
Honestly, I feel like I've been pretty busy, so I haven't had a chance.
Are you
to
on school holidays yet?
Starts at the end of this week.
Okay.
So,
So how'd you get Thursday off?
I usually take Thursdays off to finish uni.
So
you
a while. How many days do you work then?
4.
4.
So yeah, I usually take Thursdays off, which is only the case for this term. Oh, the first 2 terms of school, and then next term I'm going to 5 days, which would be good.
Suck.
Which
me.
means I'll have to do sport, but that's okay. I don't mind sport.
Isn't sport on Thursdays or Fridays? Thursdays.
Sports is Thursdays on.
Oh, is that what? That's why you get to take it off. 'cause
public
it's only
school?
a half
Yeah,
day.
public schools is Thursdays.
Cool.
Yeah,
Fun.
No, it'll be good. I'm hopefully trying to get into like rock climbing, because then I can just go
Oh,
do
get,
rock climbing,
get
which
them
is what
to
I
do rock climbing.
which is what I do for fitness anyway.
Yeah, cool.
So that should be fun.
That'd be cool.
Should we talk about the world events going on right now? It's currently Pride Month,
Yeah.
and it's currently Men's Mental Health Week.
Yeah.
Now,
No,
I'm
they
gonna
both intertwine.
I'm gonna sound a bit.
Why do we only get a week? You know? And why
Men's
do
mental
the Pride
health?
people get a month? You know? What's going on there?
Oh, men's mental health doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Didn't you know?
No, I didn't know.
Oh, okay. No,
That's
I don't-
funny.
See,
That's
this,
cool,
is, this is the thing. I don't want to be that person that's like,
Oh, here we go.
oh, we only get a month, or what?
Oh, it
why-
doesn't matter.
why do
I'm
you
not
need-
actually pissed about it.
No, it's not like what, like who needs a month? But I'm a bit. Well, it is a bit ignorant. Like I haven't really ever thought about it too hard. I get that. I guess it's just a time to celebrate.
I think it's a celebration, yeah.
like LGBTQ plus people. And absolutely, like that's fantastic.
I was going to say spread awareness, but
is
it's not
there
a disease.
But is there anything significant about the month that
I was in
we've-
like
that
something
we've picked?
historical.
Yeah, is it something historical about June, or did we just pick a month because it's in the middle of the year? Or
I'd honestly have no idea.
I don't really know.
I don't know. Isn't that
And
usually how it works? They just pick a month and they just go,
Yeah.
all right, that this is going to be
Because
our month?
Mardi Gras isn't even during Pride Month,
No.
unless it is in other
Maybe it's
other
somewhere
areas
else.
of the world.
Yeah.
Maybe it is in
I
America.
don't know, Michael. You'd have to
I don't
figure it
know.
out.
Mardi Gras this year though was in a stadium, so instead of on the streets like they usually have the parade, you just buy tickets
Oh, and you go and they do like a lap.
and they ran it in I think in
One the big one.
yeah
What's
I'm not
it,
sure
ANZ or
I'm not sure
something?
which one, ANZ or something, yeah.
Mm.
But
That's a good idea.
Crowds were like full of people.
That's a better
But the
idea.
idea is that they could COVID track people because they had to check in as they
yeah.
went,
Yeah.
and the idea
Some
was
bloody COVID.
yeah, it just kind of keeps things like off the streets, which isn't like an issue. Like Pride Mardi Gras parades were never an issue.
I think it was just more COVID. I think it's
It was just a COVID
Yeah.
thing because everyone was like, we want to celebrate being gay. I'm like,
Mm.
that's cool. But
go for it.
yeah, Pride Month, which is great, fantastic.
Shout out to all
Shout out to anyone.
anyone celebrating.
Have you heard that thing about
What?
Maybe this isn't appropriate, but you heard that thing about like basically just pedophiles calling themselves like youth attracted people, and they're trying to say that they're part of the
When's that? When's
LGBTQ.
Youth Attracted Month?
That's
That's September.
yeah, that's your whole lifetime when you end up in jail.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, cool.
But
They're trying to justify it. Is that what
they're
do?
trying to say they're part of like the spectrum of sexuality,
Okay.
and people are like, no, you're just sick.
That's not how.
Sorry,
You just messed up.
that's
dude.
not working.
Yeah, that's
We're
not
not
how
on
it
board
works.
with that. So yeah, Pride Month, Men's Mental Health Week too.
Yeah.
Quick PSA: if you're a guy out there and you're struggling, just like reach out to some mates or go get professional help.
Or
I'll
if
tell you what.
you're a friend who has another friend that you maybe haven't seen in a while,
Exactly.
send them a message.
Send a message.
Check them out.
How are you?
It's
Sean?
important. It's important for me.
Anything going down in the
Guys,
last 6 days?
Guys don't really talk about their feelings a lot. So it's important to sort of spread it out.
I feel like
I've seen Michael cry tens of thousands of times.
in my experience as a guy, we don't talk about it often,
No.
but when we do,
I know some dudes who have gone through some crazy stuff.
oh yeah,
Some really bad
yeah,
stuff.
honestly,
And they don't talk about it. And you're like, how did you get through all this? And they're like, oh, I don't know.
yeah.
And you're like, far out.
I genuinely look back on parts of my life where I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was depression.
Yeah.
I'm,
that was pretty bad.
and it's not until you learn about it later, and
then
like
you're like, yeah.
and it's not until someone's like, hey, I'm experiencing this, and you're like, oh, I had that,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh fuck, I think I was depressed.
Yeah.
Imagine if, like, I would hate for me to, like, look at someone now who I know was feeling the way I used to feel,
Yeah.
and just being like, oh, you're right,
Yeah.
because like, no, they need some help.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I think we're slowly moving away from this stigma, but the idea of seeking professional help is like not wanting to do it because you're embarrassed or you feel like it's too much effort. I'm like, it's literally these people's jobs.
Yeah.
It is their job to be there to talk to someone.
It's like, it's the same as getting your teeth checked and stuff.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to inconvenience the dentist.
Yeah.
Or it's like, I don't want to, no, it's all right. I can
my hamstring's gone. I don't want to go get it checked. That's embarrassing. Like,
I can get through this root canal myself. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's just
like, what?
It's just a toothache. It's like saying it's like saying, oh, what's that? Your wisdom teeth are coming through?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a period.
Oh God, I can't walk properly.
I'll get over it.
I'll get over it though.
No, you won't. You'll die.
No, go seek help.
Go seek help.
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly, seeking a little bit of mental health help, like professional help, one of the best decisions I ever made. Like it doesn't have to be life-changing stuff. Even if you're just a bit stressed and you need someone that you don't know to say, hey man, you're doing okay.
Good.
Like based on what you're telling me, it's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, go.
I heard of a good analogy once.
I feel like we have a lot more to say about men's mental health than we do pride, just because
we're both not on the
spectrum.
What do you call it?
Well, it's just like the LGBTQ plus spectrum, I guess.
Yeah.
Is it,
it's still important.
Maybe spectrum isn't the right word.
Yeah.
But it's just like that's
men's mental health is a bit more.
We don't
to
identify,
but it's
sexually.
still important. I heard a good analogy once where so you got two hikers, right?
Okay.
On either mountain, right? And there's a valley in between them.
Right.
So one of them is like trying to reach the summit of their hill, but they're struggling because all they see is just like, forests and stuff, like things.
Gotcha.
But the person on the other hill can clearly see, oh, hey, bro, just take a left. Like, you just got to go that way.
Yeah.
And that's sort of like mental health sometimes because you're all like, oh. Yeah, you get someone else's opinion. They're like, oh, dude, you just got to do this. And you're like,
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, you like that? Pretty good,
I like that. It's all about perspective.
It's all about perspective.
Where you are on the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you get someone else on their hill to look at your hill and say, hey, how big
Guys, get your hills checked.
How big's my hill? This is also a campaign
brought to you by
breast cancer.
Brought to you by the Australian Government Canberra. Anyways, so that's our little Young Crumbs podcast.
Check yourself and your mates
and your gay friends or bi friends.
That's it.
Whatever the other word.
Well, I find it quite interesting that I feel like mental health as well, or struggles with mental health is very prevalent in the LGBTQ.
They sort of
community.
I
think I have that acronym right. LGBTQ ply. That's right. It does that sometimes.
Sorry, my chair just broke. They do sort of align a bit.
Yeah. And
it's like a Venn diagram.
Yeah,
that's why they're in the same month.
It's like
and week.
mental health struggles and things like
so?
that. Yeah. Well, that's why. I'm in education, and I feel like as a teacher, you just have to be pretty accepting of all the different types of students you might encounter, because like you're meant to provide a safe learning space for them. And I always find the discussion about trans students quite interesting, because in teaching you have a weird divide of like older teachers that just kind of don't get it, and it wasn't a thing when they were young.
Yeah.
Then you have young teachers like myself that they're more exposed, just through social media,
just through the internet.
I understand that that's kind of side of society
Mm-hmm.
that someone typically might not be exposed to.
Yeah.
And it's always interesting hearing, like, it's interesting and angering sometimes, but then it's also good because you get an opportunity to kind of educate or tell people about it. But like the whole trans discussion is just blows my mind how we're still talking about it with such little understanding of what's happening. Like, it's so easy. Just if someone feels a certain way, just let them do whatever they want.
Yeah. It's really
You
not
know?
that big of a deal, is it?
And like, I guess logistically, if you're talking like admin level, you know, like what prison system do we put them in if they commit a crime?
Yeah,
It's like, well,
yeah.
that's another story. But like day to day, if they want to be called a girl, just call them a
Just
girl.
call 'em a girl, yeah.
They just struggle to wrap their head
yeah,
around it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just whatever they prefer. It's the
Yeah.
same as like a nickname or something. If someone doesn't get
Yeah.
liked being called something else, why are you going to call them something they don't want to be called?
Unless your name's spelt wrong.
Oh, very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
Unless your
like
name's spelled wrong.
In some ways, Sean, we're very accepting people.
Yeah.
And in others, fuck 'em.
Fuck no. 100% worst people ever.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways.
But
yeah, what are you going to say?
I was just gonna say, like, the mental health thing in like the LGBTQI plus community
I
is such a
plus.
prevalent thing because it's like they're struggling internally a lot with like how they feel, and they might not come to terms with it. You know what I mean? It's like that feeling before I don't know how I would compare it for someone that has never understood it, but it's like, imagine you have a feeling towards a certain like family member. But you feel like you can't voice it because of your situation. It's like, oh, I maybe don't get along with my parents, but I live at home and I'm not financially stable yet. So it's like, just really plays a toll on your mental health.
Yeah.
I guess that sort of, I don't know. I'm just trying to like,
Guys, just be nice. It's free.
just be nice to each other.
You know?
Yeah.
It's free. Yeah.
I'll listen back and see if any of that made sense.
So yeah, that's what I'm curious about because you were rambling on there for a bit, but I
Yeah.
understood.
I just think it's something that people maybe
We were
don't
talking
realise.
about who cut their hair recently?
Oh, Catherine.
Catherine.
So
Catherine cut their hair.
I saw on Instagram, Catherine cut her hair
Our
recently.
American listener,
Looks great, Catherine.
Catherine looks
Well
good.
done on taking the leap.
And then we were talking about how
And then you said,
girls cutting their hair short is a big deal.
well,
Like,
you
it's a
said,
big deal.
another friend of ours cut her hair. And
Alex
we're like,
also cut her
Alex
hair.
also cut her hair.
Looks good. Alex, I've saw it the other day.
Fantastic.
Looks good.
We love it.
And then
We
were
love
saying,
we love short hair over here at the Young
We
Cubs
do.
podcast.
And then we were saying, well, I said that girls getting their hair cut short is a big deal.
I tell you what, if every time I got a haircut, people hyped me up like that, I'd get haircuts all the
And
time.
then you said, girl getting her hair cut short is the same as a guy growing their hair out.
Yeah.
Would you like to explain that? Because I'm a little lost because I don't fully agree, but
I feel like no one really hypes me up to grow my hair out. But people love to...
you're a lone wolf.
They just love to mention. They're like, wow, hair's getting long. You going to get a cut soon kind of thing? But...
Is it the same reaction of when a girl gets their hair cut
no,
short?
absolutely not.
Because a girl gets, they're like, oh, it looks great.
People love it.
Yeah.
Girls especially absolutely love it when one of the girls gets a haircut.
Yeah.
Because it took so long to grow it
Yeah.
that to cut off all that hard work sitting around doing nothing. Hair just grows.
I can just see.
No.
You're really upset about this, aren't you?
No, I don't care.
No, I think you do.
I honestly
I think
think
you're a little upset.
it kind of annoys
Catherine,
me.
Michael's jealous.
No. Let me make something very clear.
Yeah.
I'm not jealous of Catherine's weird American parks and her short hair.
And their short hair. Yeah.
Or her terrible boss. Anyways. Yeah, I just don't. I think it should be. It's like, I don't know how to say this. I think it shouldn't be a big deal if someone cuts their hair or wants to cut their hair. I feel like girls should feel way more comfortable just rocking whatever haircut they want.
Yeah.
I guess maybe it's a big deal because you can't grow that back instantly.
Yeah.
It takes a while.
Yeah.
But
So
like,
what you're saying is,
like
is that
Linda-
you're discriminated against because you're growing your hair out. Because let me explain both reactions.
no,
right?
absolutely not.
So here's Catherine's right in front of me. Oh, Catherine, how's it going? Oh my god, you cut your hair short. It looks great. Oh my god, it looks good. Now Michael's in front of me. Wow, what's going on there? You gonna cut that hair? Far out. It's getting pretty crazy.
All I'm saying is, look, women's hairstyles are celebrated. Men's are not.
You're just upset about it.
No, I'm not. I feel like you've turned this into
I know.
me being.
It's just funny. But no, I was saying that
But
girls cutting their hair short's a big deal. Because like you
honestly-
said, it takes a long time for them to grow it out. So, but almost every girl that I've seen that cuts their hair like into a bob always looks good. I don't really think I've seen a girl
short
that.
hair looks fantastic on girls.
I don't think it's.
I don't like by short hair. We mean
Lyndall did it, didn't
yeah,
she?
Lyndall did it,
Yeah,
and
Lyndall looks
I
good.
think I absolutely love her short hair.
Yeah.
And she keeps shortening it.
Wow.
It kind of grows out a bit more, and then she's like, "This it grew back too quickly. I want it shorter for longer."
Okay.
So she'll shorten it again.
Yeah, okay.
Soon she's gonna have a pixie cut.
Uh-huh.
Not mad.
That's
Just
fine.
keep shortening it. It looks
keep
great. It
doing
looks fantastic every time.
Uh-huh.
But I'm just saying,
Mm.
when she gets a haircut, all her girlfriends, "Oh my god, I love your short hair. I wish I had the balls to do that."
Yeah.
When I grow my hair though,
Mm.
who's saying I wish I had the balls to grow
No one.
my hair
'cause it
like
looks,
you, Michael?
Looks hideous.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know.
There
I
it
can't
is.
tell you. There it is. Long hair is hard to because I grew my hair out.
I'm in a bit of an awkward stage right now.
But long hair's but like even when you tie it up, it's really high maintenance. You got to brush it. You got to keep the.
Well-
that looks disgusting.
Maybe
Michael just put his hair into like a front fridge, so it looks like
an
a
emo front fringe.
yeah.
You don't like this?
Nah, not at all.
Okay. Well,
It looks interesting.
I
but-
want to share with you some stuff that
Okay.
I've been. So
Oh yeah, is this your sketch idea?
yeah,
Okay.
sketch ideas.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we're running out of reoccurring segments in the show.
Really, we don't have that many. Is that a photo of me, by the way, in that frame over there?
Yeah, I put them in there.
Oh, cool. Is one of those ones the one that I have? Oh, did Lyndall take that back?
No,
Oh,
you still have it. You
yeah.
never gave it.
Yeah.
There's a photo of me in Sean's wallet.
Yeah.
Anyways, I regularly I don't know why. This is just something I've kind of always done. But you know, like the Batuta Advocate,
Oh, yep.
like how there's kind of jokingly
So it's satirical.
they're like satirical news article titles,
yeah.
or like, or I would kind of put them on the same level as like The Onion, like they're kind of sketch ideas.
They're just like satirical, stupid things.
Yeah, but
that
there's-
are meant to make fun of like.
There's
actual
just
news.
it's enough of an idea where you're like, that's something that could foster more ideas.
Yeah.
But I regularly think of these because I used to listen to a podcast called Two in a Think Tank, and they every episode think of 5 sketch ideas,
Yeah.
and it's a really fun idea. And I just kind of do it day to day. Sometimes I'll think of something and I'm like, there's something in that, but I'm not really a creative or a director, so I'm not going to go make a sketch. But it's just like, oh, there's an idea I have.
Yeah, you're not
But
very
I've started writing them down.
creative. Okay.
So I'm thinking every week. I come up with like probably one every 2 days or a
Wow.
few.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
Hit me.
And I thought I'd write some down and just see.
Wow, what's that?
This
Okay.
is the 5 ideas. So I've got 5 this week. So since last
Wow,
week, I've thought
okay.
of 5.
Hit me.
But they're just a little something that I'm like has a bit of substance.
All right.
It's
Give
kind
me-
of fun.
Give me an example.
So this is sketch idea number 1. Car salesman doesn't understand when New South Wales Water Police want to purchase cars for their fleet.
Okay.
This is the second one. Water boy feels inadequate since Gatorade boy joined the team.
That's a good one. You can sort of point it out like the Gatorade's got all like these extra bits and like
All the
rehydrating.
players go over to him during
Yeah,
at
yeah,
half
and he's
time,
like-
and
he's
he's
like-
standing there, and he's like, "What the hell, man?"
He's just like a little bit
I
more
was-
handsome than him and stuff like that. And he's like, oh, okay.
Just a better version.
Yeah,
of him
just a
overall.
better version of him.
I'm proud of this one. Pitbull doesn't know what to do with himself now that borders are closed.
That's so fucking stupid. I hate that one. Because obviously Pitbull, the artist, is Mr. Worldwide.
That's the joke.
And borders are closed, so he can't go worldwide anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Mr. Wide. I don't know.
Mr.
These all sound like Batuta Advocate.
Mr.
Like,
Domestic,
articles.
Yeah. So I don't know. I started writing them down this
Yeah.
week, but I'll just continue doing
keep
it,
going.
and hopefully
you
every
got
week,
more there?
every week we'll bring in. Yeah, I've got 2 more.
Yeah, nice.
The one baby prawn policy threatening Chinese restaurant infrastructure.
Got it. Yeah, that's a good, that's a good one. Yeah, yeah.
And then Hawaii State threatens Lowe's over T-shirt copyright infringement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
Good one.
If you're if you're in Australia and you need you need a Hawaiian shirt, you go to Lowe's.
Yeah.
Like that's where you go. Hawaii State's upset with
The
them.
Hawaii says it. Yeah.
So they're just some sketch ideas. I think I'm going to do those weekly. Just see what I can come up with.
Do it.
Bring them in.
I'm happy for you to do that.
Yeah.
I've got a Batuta Advocate article here that a friend sent me. I showed you this one.
Yeah,
afterward.
okay.
I just thought it was hilarious. This is an example of things that they write. Ski bum who's been to Japan a few times won't shut the fuck up about Strong Zero coming to Australia.
Yeah.
So that was really funny.
Yeah.
Strong Zero is like an alcohol that they have in
it's like a vending machine.
Yeah, in
beverage.
Japan. So yeah. Anyways.
Absolutely delicious.
Anyways.
Yeah.
But cool little
So
sketch ideas.
Maybe
Michael.
a little recurring segment.
Yeah.
I just think we can do a bit more.
You're so happy about that. I'll think of some sketch ideas. Maybe we can just do it.
Yeah. Maybe we
man.
can come together each episode.
Yeah.
And just think of just pull them together.
Pull them together. Let's do it.
I think I just got a Facebook request
Yeah.
from. Here we go.
What?
Okay, this is from Dibdini Yucca.
Who's that?
It's a fake Facebook account.
Oh, nice.
But here we go. Group. Heart emoji. Love heart. Group. Love heart. Snap fuck. Love heart. Girls. Beautiful. Sexy. And my dating site. Just join. We'll definitely get a satisfying partner. Kissy face. No credit card. No login. No registration. Free join.
Dude, what are we waiting here for?
I'm sold.
Oh my god. I'm
no credit card.
No login at all. You don't need
You
to
just
register.
need to send us your tax file number
and
your address, date of birth.
Your address and
Copy.
your life savings. And your superannuation login.
That's it. No credit card, just direct deposit.
Just direct deposit. Thank you. Cash only.
Surely they don't work,
I'll
right?
tell you what I found out about today, Michael.
Okay.
Well, this week.
Right.
From the people. Is that hamster balls
Oh, yes.
are humane.
We had an Instagram poll.
That hamster balls are humane. So I did a little bit of research during the week. So if you didn't catch last week's episode, I want a hamster, right? And we're talking about hamster balls, like the things that they like sort of run around in, and like it's like a ball.
Yeah.
Whether they're humane or not. And we said they weren't, and I did some research, and a lot of people say they're not good because they hurt like their backs and stuff.
Oh, really?
Because they're like constantly
uphill.
arched. You know what I mean?
Yeah, gotcha.
But like, you just buy a big one. You know?
I'm thinking exercise ball.
I'm thinking. Actually, just this small ball rolling around. I'm thinking like a decent sized ball.
like a soccer
But
ball
I watched some
size.
YouTube videos and people aren't. They said they're inhumane.
Oh, okay.
But our listeners think that they're humane.
The hamster experts.
Yeah. I honestly was expecting everyone to be like, nah, that's inhumane. You can't do that. But everybody was
Everyone
on
seems
board.
keen on abusing hamsters.
They're not. It's not being abused at all, Michael.
Okay.
You take that back.
Sorry.
How disrespectful of you.
Everyone is keen on riding that line
I want a hamster
between
so bad.
abusing hamsters and
I want a
not.
hamster so bad, you know?
Do you think, knowing now that they're not such a good idea, hamster balls, you'd still put one in one?
Yes. You can buy them on eBay for like $5. Come on,
Yeah.
man. As if you're not curious. You don't have to do it all the time, but just have the little option there.
Yeah, true.
How often do you have to feed them?
Would you get a big Zorb ball just to make him feel like he's
Yeah,
not,
yeah, I
he's,
would.
You know,
Yeah.
he's at home. He
Whatever
sees
makes
you.
him-
He sees you in it, and he thinks, "Oh,
Whatever
I'm
makes
safe.
him feel comfortable.
I'm safe here."
You know? I just want the hamster to feel nice.
You know, there's a species of hamster that eat marijuana leaves.
Really?
Yeah, they're from Amsterdam.
Do you remember when we went to Japan and there was that cafe with
Okay.
what? They weren't hamsters, were they? What were they? Oh, were they hamsters?
Were they guinea pigs?
They were, yeah, the guinea pig cafe or something.
No. What
What were they?
Ah, shit. They were the spiky ones. They're not like a kid.
A kid.
They weren't echidnas.
Yeah, or I don't know.
Maybe they were echidnas.
No, they weren't echidnas. They're Australian. They're the little
No,
spiky thing.
They were small.
Just hang on. Hang on.
Hedgehogs.
Hedgehog. The hedgehog
We went
cafe.
to a hedgehog cafe in Japan.
They're like these tiny little things that are spiky, and you can't put them in balls because they'll poke holes in it. But
Yeah. It's not a balloon.
no, it's not.
It's like a hard plastic ball.
But they're spiky.
They
When
are
you touch
spiky.
them-
You can only pat them in like one direction.
Yeah, I felt bad for them because they were like trying to
Yeah.
sleep, and everyone kept picking
Yeah,
them up and stuff.
they're nocturnal.
Yeah.
So they kind of. I was actually quite pleased with how they treated them.
They do
Like they didn't just like pop them in your hands. They could
Nah.
see. They made sure they took turns allowing people to pat them because they, like they only wake up for maybe an hour of the day,
Yeah.
and then they cycle them in and out so that they don't get exhausted from people playing with them.
No.
Like they're actually they seem to care about the animals, which is always good when you go see an attraction with animals kind of thing.
They care about them.
But Japan's full of animal cafes and shit like
Yeah,
that.
it's a lot.
It's real weird.
Yeah.
They love the
Because there's not a lot of
Shibuyas.
nature around. Like
No.
it's literally all city.
There's so much city.
I remember like going there and I'm like, I haven't seen like a bird in like weeks.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything that lives besides humans in a long time.
Yeah, true, actually.
It was just
Now
weird.
that
You just
mention
don't
it.
really, you don't hear birds singing, you don't hear chirping, you don't hear, coming from Australia where there's like,
It's constantly
there's
bird
animals
noises.
everywhere.
Yeah.
You just don't hear it. All you hear is the rustle and bustle of the city. Obviously, if you go other places, you'll hear stuff, but
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, interesting.
That actually, now that you mention it, I'm like, you know how some
Even in the snow, like, I don't remember seeing like
Mm.
anything.
You know how some places kind of have their unique sounds.
Yeah.
I
Japan was just silent.
Yeah, Japan's a very quiet country.
Yeah.
They don't have any loud birds.
Besides,
maybe they're also respectful of each other. They're
Yeah,
like, oh, I
maybe.
don't want to be too loud.
hey, shut up. What's the national like animal of Japan? I don't know. Do they have one?
They're very big on deer.
Are they?
They have the deers in the parks and stuff like that bow to you and things like that.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't see any deer
we
there.
didn't
at
see
all.
any, surprisingly. I think because we were in there in the
maybe
winter.
someone's pulling your leg.
If you go in the spring, deer are a big thing over there.
Okay.
Even in their like city parks,
Mm.
they live in the parks,
Ah,
and I
didn't see no deer.
There's a fair bit of forest in Japan.
What
but
noise
it's
does a
all
deer
north
make?
out of the city.
What
a
deer?
deer?
Yeah.
No idea.
Nice. I was waiting for that.
What do you call?
Good job.
What's the what do you call a deer with no eye?
No idea.
And then it's like, what do you call a deer with one eye and no legs?
Still no idea. Yeah. Woo.
Alright.
Let's go.
Well done.
All right. Cool.
Thank you for listening to the Young
Young
Guns
Cons
podcast.
podcast.
Is that it?
No. We've got like 5
8
minutes
minutes.
left. 8 minutes.
Alright.
Do you want to do gossip or do you want to talk about your Pen 1.5?
Oh yeah.
Okay, we don't have to talk about your Pen
No,
1.5.
we can talk about it.
No,
I don't
let's
know
do
if
it.
it's
No,
ever been-
let's do it.
I don't know if it's been mentioned on the podcast, but
You love pens.
I kind of have a
Fetish.
no,
No.
a hobby, an interest.
It's a fetish.
I kind of collect
I think it's a fetish.
fountain pens.
Yeah.
Now my collection isn't massive. I don't have heaps of them.
How many do you have?
Well, I used to have 3, but now I only have 2.
What happened to the one?
I lost it.
Ah,
So it was only like a $20 fountain pen,
okay.
which is a fair bit.
Can you explain to the viewers what a fountain pen is?
Imagine like an old timey pen with. It doesn't quite. It kind of just looks like 2 pieces of metal, kind of coming to a point,
Mm.
and there's a little gap in between them, and ink runs out from within the pen down that gap.
Yeah.
But if you look up a picture, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
But I bought a new one the other day,
Yeah.
and I was looking on a website, and I was like, $60. That's all right, That's a nice looking pen for $60.
Yeah.
Turns out it was American,
Okay.
and I
Did you find
I
out
knew.
after you bought it?
No. I found out before I bought it, and then decided to buy it from an Australian site to
Okay.
get the shipping costs down. But I spent about $160.
Oh my god.
They're expensive.
Does it
but
cure
they're-
cancer,
They're
this
like
pen?
collector's items. I don't know. It's hard to explain. They're just one of those things that I really enjoy them, and I really like. I love using them.
You don't have to
and write
justify
and
them.
write with them at work.
We still think you're weird with
But yeah, I
regardless.
just like. Do you ever buy something and you're kind of ashamed of yourself? You're like, I don't. Yeah.
That's actually a good question. You ever
Where
buy
you're
something and you're
I
ashamed?
definitely didn't need this,
Yeah.
but I just do it for me.
I find that when I'm buying like skins in a video game or something,
right.
and you're a bit like,
Okay.
I didn't like you don't. This doesn't improve my
like,
experience.
like a
of the game.
season pass that
Yeah.
only gives you cosmetic
Yeah,
items.
it's like this was not worth it, but I did it for me. Like
It's-
that's 100% what it
Because
is.
part of me just feels cool.
Yeah,
because I have
yeah.
a red gun now.
Yeah.
Something like that.
My character is dressed different to yours,
Yeah.
so I feel better.
Oh, I guess it's the same as in video games. You just if you get a certain amount of headshots or kills a certain way, then you get camos on your
Yeah.
gun. And
But then
it's
you
like,
bought them instead, so you
yeah,
still
but,
feel a bit
but who
dirty.
cares? They're cool. I
They
guess.
are cool, I guess, but it's still a bit like, I didn't need to buy this, but anyways.
No, absolutely not.
No.
No, you almost never need to buy anything.
No.
That you buy.
Not
Yeah.
really.
Unless
That's a good
it's-
question, though. What was it? Have you ever bought something that you're ashamed of?
Do you ever just buy something and you're like, I really want it and I don't regret it, but I'm also like, I wouldn't want to tell people
No.
because they would be like, what the hell?
I
Why
want
are
to
you
put that to the
spending
viewers.
$160 on a pen.
But if it's something they're ashamed of, they won't tell it. They won't want to tell us. You know what I mean? Like, it won't be really.
See,
Here's one thing that I bought, which is stupid. I bought glasses, clear glasses.
Oh, like blue light?
No,
Oh.
just straight clear glasses
'Cause you
because
thought
I
they
thought they
looked
looked
good.
cool. I didn't wear them out ever, but I was just like, oh, like $10. I'll just buy them. And
Did you look good in them?
yeah, I thought so. But then I was like,
a
I didn't have the confidence to wear them out because
like
it
a
looked
sexy,
stupid.
nerd, perhaps.
Yeah, like a loser.
Yeah.
Just wanted to look like a loser.
You're like,
Anyways.
I'm too attractive. I need
That's
to.
we'll put a poll up, I reckon. Not a poll, maybe. But if there's anyone who's bought something that maybe they're a bit embarrassed about, this is
Yeah,
a safe
maybe.
space on this podcast.
See, but we got to be careful about what we put polls up about now because
Are you going to say
we have
that?
some lazy viewers.
Oh, okay.
So people love to vote yes or no on things,
Yeah.
and that's okay. Vote yes or no. Please don't stop. But people don't like to
They
take
don't-
time out of their day
to reply.
to
Yeah.
a question.
So, well, that's just not our listeners. That's just everybody.
Yeah,
You know?
no.
It's just
absolutely
it's
not.
easy to
I'm
be
not
like.
calling you guys out. You do your
Sounds
thing.
like you are.
No.
I'm trying to defend our friends.
I'm not upset by it.
Guys, don't worry. I've got you back.
Whose side are you on? Sean or Michael? Vote now.
Yeah.
in the poll.
Vote now. Vote down the poll.
Except it's Sean, which is just a button,
Yeah.
and then Michael is you have to write.
You have to write Michael, and
You're getting all the
we'll
votes.
test a thesis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's just like people prefer saying yes or no to something rather than like swiping up and typing something in.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we'll see. I still think if we put something up, it'd be funny. Like, what's something they're ashamed that they bought of? But anyways,
Yeah.
that's an interesting topic. But it's getting late. You want to talk about?
Yeah, Catherine's
gossip.
gossip.
Have you got it, or you want me to get it?
No, I can pull it
You
up
got
real
it?
quick.
You got it?
Yeah,
All right.
That's all right. Well, last
Catherine's
time you
got
did.
some juicy stuff for us. Well, I don't know if it's juicy, but it always is.
First of all,
Catherine's our one American listener who writes in stuff for us.
yes, haircut
Gossip.
was great. So the hamster ball thing, 21 votes for humane,
Yeah.
10 votes for inhumane.
Yeah. 21, that's a significant amount more.
Quite
generous.
Quite interesting.
Here's
you know?
where things go from tardy to retardy. Yeah, anyway, what are you saying?
What's that from?
The internet historian.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Here's where things go from tardy.
Oh,
Mm.
what's it called? Andrew, all gas, no brakes.
Yeah.
The
Did he upload a new one?
no, so he's got a new channel called Channel 5 with Andrew Callahan.
And what does he do?
It's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
So all
Why is
gas,
it
no
not-
brakes.
what-
We used to talk about a YouTube channel called All Gas, No Brakes, which is just like this single American journalist dude in this awkwardly oversized brown suit.
Yeah.
And would go around with a camera to like
Random events.
Trump rallies or like furry conventions.
Yeah.
But he would really just let people talk.
And just find really
Yeah.
weird people.
So
Like, he
it's
wouldn't
like,
need barely talk.
He wasn't the center of attention. He would just give people the mic basically, and they would kind of just dig their own hole.
Yeah.
It was so interesting to watch, especially with the stuff that kind of. I'm just sitting there being like, I can't believe there's people that think like this.
The best
Like,
one
he'll
was
go
the
to-
Donald, I think it was like Donald Trump Jr. book signing one.
Yeah.
That's my favorite one.
Oh, there's some good ones. But he was in trouble. Someone basically owned his YouTube channel,
Yeah.
would take all the money from him.
Also, he made a new one.
And so he got out of that kind of agreement and then
Oh,
made
okay.
a new one. And
Cool.
so that's kind of on the rise now again.
Channel 5 with
Channel
something.
5 with Andrew Callahan, I think his name
Yeah,
is.
shout out to him, you know.
So
We got it. So, Catherine's gossip.
Catherine
Go.
said, Michael, when you go skydiving, wear pants. Do not wear shorts. Your skin literally flaps in the wind and it's not cute.
Okay,
Well,
got it.
Catherine,
That's good advice,
little do you know, my skin flaps
regardless.
are cute. Oh,
Oh,
yeah. I'm always
yeah.
flapping.
That is a good question. Like, what do you wear skydiving, you know?
Probably just long pants and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Maybe long.
Like, if you rocked up with a big hoodie,
Well, they give. Don't they give you? I feel like
Oh,
in
yeah, you have
Australia
to-
they give you like
You
ones
gotta-
like jumpsuits.
You have jumpsuits.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Maybe Catherine's going skydiving at places without jumpsuits.
Maybe skydiving, you know.
That's
I don't know.
strange.
That's weird. Anyways,
Let
yeah.
us know, Catherine.
Nice
And
advice.
she said, "All right, I'm back with gossip. So back in November, 2 of my coworkers started dating.
Whoa.
They are really cute together, and we were all happy for them. However, recently, I've been privy to an inside scoop that only one half of the couple isn't as happy as the other.
Uh-oh.
but she doesn't want to break up with him and ruin the work dynamic. I believe the work part is the least of the problem, but it would definitely make things a little tense around the business. Don't date your coworkers.
Yeah. First problem is don't shit where you eat. That's just one of the most simplest rules.
Nah.
But also, I agree with Catherine. Catherine's like, a reason to not break up with someone shouldn't be, oh, we work together though, so I'm going to stay together with them so it's not awkward.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Imagine all the business ventures I'm missing out on.
I feel awful to the guy because they're like, oh, this is great. I'm having a great time.
terrible.
And she's like, oh, no, I wanted to break up with you for a while. I just didn't do it because we work together. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
That's
just
awful.
awkward all
That's
around.
such an awful
And it's-
thing to do.
I find it's
break up with
it's
someone.
also really awkward
Yeah.
that people in the workplace know
That you're not happy.
that
One of them isn't
relationship is one-sided
Uh-huh.
unhappiness.
Uh-huh.
That's just...
I just feel awful.
I feel strange about that whole situation.
Whoever that girl is it the girl's the one that's not
How
happy,
old-
right?
I'm going to guess they're like 16. I
gonna
reckon,
guess
they would be young.
They'd be no younger than 19. No,
Yeah.
sorry. No, older than 19.
No, older than 19.
Yeah.
I think 18, maybe 17, 16.
Yeah.
I think someone... to be fair, in America, you can't like drink until you're 21.
Yeah.
But I feel like someone younger than, say, in Australia that's 18,
Yeah.
younger than 18, maybe won't like have a good perception of what else is out there, and like that it's not a big deal if you break it up with your girlfriend. Like, there's plenty of other kind of fish in the sea, so to speak.
Yeah.
Well, there's plenty of other opportunity outside of this relationship. Like, it's okay to end a relationship,
It's just a PSA. If you're in a relationship
and you're not happy.
and you're not happy, guess what you can do?
Break up.
Yeah. Have that one tough conversation, and then that's it. All you have
rough.
to do is just be like, oh, look, I'm not feeling it. Okay, thanks, bye. And it's awful, but you save a lot of...
Not gonna lie, it's terrible.
But
when
it's
you're
awful
doing
to
it,
that guy.
It's awful, but it's like it's better in the long run.
Think
for
about that
everyone.
dude. He's thinking like, oh, this is great. I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
I hope I got it right. Hopefully it's the dude that's...
Yeah, no, you got
I'm
it
pretty
right.
sure
You got
it's...
that
Yeah?
right.
Okay.
Yeah. Catherine,
Either
show
way.
your friend this segment of audio
Yeah.
of us just saying, trust me, work will be more awkward.
It's more because the whole work knows that.
Yeah.
And you can break up on good terms. Not that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's
It might be a bit
fine.
awkward. We can
Say
just be like, oh,
wasn't
sorry.
right.
Just wasn't really a thing.
Sorry.
Depends how long they were going out for. If they were together for a while, then it might be a bit hard. But if it was
Yeah.
like just a couple months,
Just change jobs.
yeah, just move country.
All right, here's what you need to do. You need to move away. Don't say a thing. Disappear. Don't answer your phone.
Yeah.
Just act like nothing ever happened.
Yep.
You run into them 10 years later. You've got another husband and kids.
Yep.
It's like,
And-
oh, Jessica, where were you? Well, you never came back to the pizza place. It's like,
Never came back to the pizza
sorry,
place.
I was busy.
Busy. Breaking up with you. We're done.
Oh, now I'm finding out 10 years later.
And that's it. And
Okay.
then that's how you break up.
Well, thank you for listening to the Young Crumbs podcast. My name has been Michael.
My name's been Sean.
You can follow the Young Crumbs podcast on Instagram at the Young Crumbs podcast. No underscores, no spaces, no dots. Your Instagram, Sean, is...
At Sean_Wool99.
That is correct.
It's going to be so loud.
That's correct. Mine
Thanks.
is
It's correct.
MOB_Y_Dick. That's Moby Dick.
That's your name.
And my Instagram name, yes.
Let us know if you've bought something that's really stupid. We've shared ours.
Yeah.
I want to think of some more during the week of dumb stuff that I bought because I've bought a
Yeah.
lot of dumb stuff. I just can't really think of it.
Yeah.
Also, Catherine, your friend is evil. Tell her to break up with her boyfriend. That's a very mean thing to do.
Yeah. Just awkward as well.
Yeah.
Don't date at work.
Now we're telling the thousands of people that listen to our podcast. You know, you can date at work. Just make sure it's going to work.
Yeah.
Don't be like,
Yeah.
oh look, he's nice. I'll just try it.
punch
Just
punch up. Go for the boss.
go for the boss. Always go higher.
That'll
you know?
never be weird.
It's how you progress your career, isn't it?
Hey, stay away from me. I'm sleeping with the boss. I'll get you fired.
They call me buddy, but I'm the boss. Anyways, thanks for listening. Bye.